Hello beautiful people. So guys, today the video what to expect, just a few tips about how to set up the posture on your bike, the few changes I did to this little bike to accommodate our new rider Pokai, and to explain to you basically how to feel a bit more comfortable when you're riding your current bike and how you can improve it to feel a little bit better. So today we have in front of us a little MiniGP 140cc race bike that we purchased for our new rider Pokai from Taiwan, because now we do have an academy, which is pretty cool, and I'm training riders. And so our first rider Pokai, he's riding this little bike, and we thought it was an absolute perfect machine for him to start to learn racing on. It's a small bike. It came all with the fairings, like a proper little race bike, a little really cool bike. It's been designed for kids to race on from the ages of 6 to about 12, 13 years old. We have many championships about this in Spain, and it's a great place to start. A place to start which would actually be great even in Mauritius, because I can tell you that this little bike, which may seem very simple, changes angles really fast and is compared to a mini moto to me on how you can lean from left to right, and the lap times I'm impressed of, you know, riding it. It's really fast, and it probably would beat most categories in the Mauritian Championship. Of course, prototype category maxi sport are faster, but even so, maybe with a corner speed you might, you know, be quite quick. So today what I wanted to explain is a few little things we've changed for our rider to feel more comfortable on the bike. So he arrived here starting from zero without enough body strength to hold on the bike. This bike had the little bars low down and the all fairings. So we could not expand the space from the legs to the bars enough with the fairing, so I took it out. We tried to put it a bit more straight, but yet there is something lacking. So what I did is that I fitted these flat bars. So these flat bars are really cool because they made the whole riding a lot easier. It's less hard on your abs, your back and your legs. It's easier to hook on the bike. It's just a more relaxing posture as when you start. So this for a beginner is perfect. Now pushing the bike more and more, it's coming to the point that the racing posture will be more adapted to go really fast. We've upgraded the suspension, well, not upgraded them, we fine-tuned them to the rider's weight now to be able to push more hard, because every second a lap you go faster, you come with a whole new story of new problems on the bikes and what to change and how to make it better. So by raising these bars by here, the whole posture of the rider, as you can see when I go on this little bike, you can ride more straight and comfortable, but yet you can still have your posture from left to right. Okay, this bar avoids all this tiredness of the rider on the back, on the abs, as a general thing. When you put the little bars in front, you're falling onto the front, meaning you're falling on your arms and you need more strength to hold yourself on the bike. This little bike though likes to have the weight on the front, and now pushing her more, it comes back to the point where this needs to be adjusted again. I've also lowered by 5 mil the suspension around here from the fork, and that's only what is necessary. Okay, you could lower it about 5 mil more, something like this, a total of 1 centimeter, and that will work, but a lot of people tend to put it all the way up or down, and this on most bikes actually really break the geometry and put too much weight on the front and don't allow you to get this posture, which is the cool looking style now in the GP videos, I know, with the elbow down style. This, if you are too much weight on the front, you won't be able to do it because your front will slide. Okay, so generally now we'll have to cut the little piece of metal there because I have these cool new grips to fit. So that's very cool, and we're going to have a new posture, and it will raise the bars slightly, which is very interesting for the rider to have that in-between posture. As regards to the pegs were adjusted multiple times. At first the pegs were quite high up, but what happens is that this creates not the hooking effect for the rider. He's taller than I am at 1.75 m. It's not super tall, but I'm not super tall, I'm pretty short. So yes, this posture now with the pegs like this, it's the maximum height we can do it, well, as low as we can go for the space for the rider, but it allows the rider when he's leaning, for example, on this left side, to hook the foot, press it hard on the peg, and lean the body, because you know the base is the main aspect when you're riding a bike. If your base, your hips is not solid on the bike, well, you won't be able to control the bike and pick her up when she's sliding and moving. So you need to be very light and be able to go down very loose on your arms. These bars are avoided to put too much pressure on the arms of my rider, so it could be more straight, a bit more racing posture there, and then as he goes down, you can bend the elbow. Now with the little bars more low, it will give more comfort for leaning with the elbow, but as you can see, it's very short, so we're going to try to put the bars more straight and get him the perfect riding position. But I want you to be aware that all these little changes from, what is that, 5 centimeters of the pegs, 4 centimeters, 5 millimeters on the front suspension here, harden the suspension, change the bar from up and down. This changes the whole comfort of the bike and how you can ride it. When you start to set up a bike, you need to think, realistically speaking, where do you stand as a rider? Are you already fit enough and fast enough to have these lower bars down? Or is that just to look cool? Because if that's just to look cool, you will feel slower and actually it will be harder for you to feel good on the bike. So then you better start with a higher bars up, because this is a little roadster now, we can say, and this is more adaptable, more adequate for someone who's starting to ride. So these are a few basic tips. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I do apologize, I've not had much time to make a lot of posts lately. We've been training quite hard, so with our new rider Pokai from Taiwan. Now it's a new challenge. We're doing an academy, the LM12 Academy, which is pretty cool. There will be more information out there at the right time. Now we're working with this rider at the moment and developing other stuff, so stay tuned and for a lot of other tips, and please comment in the description below what would you like to have more answered as the questions. And don't forget, of course, hit the subscribe button, like and share, guys. Have an awesome day. Take care.